Hello, in this video I want to talk about different ways I've come up with business ideas. Well, I just left a place called Puzzle World in Wanaka, New Zealand, and it was pretty fun. It's kind of like an artsy museum type, and they have different rooms, like illusion rooms, that mess with your brain and get you thinking outside of the box. And they have different paintings and all kinds of sculptures and stuff that kind of mess with your depth perception and mess with what you think is real. And it's pretty fun. It reminded me of my ideal room that I had back in the day. Well, I have a 3-bedroom home, and one of the bedrooms was not being used, and I used some dry erase paint to paint all 4 walls in the room, and there was nothing else in there except these 2 big chairs. It probably looked kind of crazy. If you, my friends came over, probably thought I was weird. I am weird, It's all right. Be weird. Well, I used that room for my idea room, and I had dry erase markers everywhere, and we would come in, my different friends, and mainly my friend Mike, and we'd write down different business ideas on the walls, and they were just scattered all over the place. Because you can't trust your memory. You got to write stuff down. You got to record it or journal it or do something to write it down, because you can't trust your mind to remember it. You won't remember all the details. So when I'd see something, I'd write it down on my phone or however I'd record it, and then I'd go to the idea room and write it down on the wall. So you'd go into my bedroom. It's a small bedroom, like 12 by 12. And there's just ideas everywhere. And if you write an idea down somewhere, it might not be that idea that is the one. But by looking at this particular idea, and it could be so far left field, but it doesn't matter, you could branch off from that idea into separate ideas accordingly. And that's pretty cool. I mean, that's kind of how I first started writing ideas down. And my business partner on my escape room and axe throwing is like the most creative person on the planet. And he'd write down different ideas for me as well. But that was just a place for us to kind of let our mind wander freely and come up with some fun and unique creative things. In fact, I had a rule: no cell phones allowed in there, which is pretty awesome rule. So leave your cell phone outside in the hallway, in the kitchen. No cell phones allowed in this room. And we go in the room, we shut the door, and you're just sitting there thinking and coming up with ideas, and you're writing down anything on the wall. And we used that for a couple of different things, actually. And there was a couple of different business ideas that we had written down that we got all excited and we're like, yeah, this is it. And we'd find out that it's already a thing and it wouldn't work. I remember one of the ideas is we tried to sell like stars. Of course, that was already a business. I wanted to sell property on Mars, actually, which I don't know. I still might be able to do by the acre, but 5 cents an acre. It's a steal. Martian.com. Anyways, you can take that idea, but it's free. Well, the idea room was cool because when we first started to get the idea or had the idea for the escape room, we had this dry erase room, and we knew we were going to do the escape room actually the same day. And so I went into this room, I erased off all the ideas. Well, I took pictures of it, of course. I erased all the walls, and actually I wrote out and drew out my escape room. And the first day, actually, we stayed up all night and we spent like 20 hours on it. And I had a 3D mock-up of my escape room, real time, essentially. Like, it wasn't CAD drawing or anything like that. It was right there in the room. And I was prepared by having the dry erase paint. And, of course, if you don't have space to do a whole room dry erase paint, then that's fine. But find your creative outlet. Find your creative space. And that could be at a library. That could be at a bar. That could be anywhere where you're just focusing on ideas, because where you look, that's where you go in life. And if you're not looking for ideas, guess what? They're not going to come. But if you go knocking, eventually a door will open, and you got to be ready for it. So I hope this video is of value to you, and I'll talk to you in the next video.